Alright guys, so right before we get started, just to give you guys some information about the equipment, our harnesses, and then our jump technique. I could always tell you just get in the harness and have you guys jump, but I'm trying to build your confidence before I actually jump off a bridge, so I'll let you know a little bit about what we use here at Bungee America. Just first of all, you should know everything we use is backed up. From the equipment to manpower, everything is always double checked and backed up somehow. So what we actually anchor off is the concrete pillar right here on the bridge. There's some steel rebar running through the concrete, and off of this we actually anchor off of this concrete pillar with these two crane lifting straps. You can see we got 1 and 2 right here. Alright, so like I said, everything's backed up. Following that would be 2 steel locking carabiners, followed by your bungee cords, which has a multiple cord system. So you always have more than one. Everybody at least jumps on 3 cords, alright? So, connected to that would be the steel locking carabiner at your waist and on your chest, made of aluminum. That way you have 2 points of contact, which I believe is the most comfortable way to bungee jump. So, what you're going to be doing, once we get you into a harness, you're going to be jumping to your targets. But other than that, we're going to go straight into harnessing. So there's not a lot of people who are actually call out names right now.
Alright, so there are 4 different sets of cords. Right now we have 2 up. So on our right hand side is our over 225. And on our left hand side is under 135. I'm going to call names in those categories. When we switch out this right hand side, which is our over 225, we will switch to 180 to 225. And then on this side, we will switch to 135 to 180. But in the meantime, we're going to harness our first 2 groups. So I'm just going to call names. Andre, Rios,
Andre,
and Jake Touchstone.
There you go, man.
So that's what will be on this right hand side. After we switch those cords off, we switch off to our 180 to 225. So
we're going to demonstrate for
we will get
Right on the bubble.
Kyle?
I was like 199.
and Kevin Santos.
Do you guys actually want to stand right here? Show your show everyone how to put the two together.
The last 2 I called will be
Andre, whenever you're ready.
Alright, on this side we got
I weigh 2 pounds heavier.
Sandy Pearson. Come on in. If you want to hustle, I know you wanted to get out of here. So. Monique.
Monique.
The fuck?
Here you go.
Lexi Hart.
I was like, yeah, look at a celebrity.
Alright guys, so for the rest of us who do not receive a harness, this is the part you can pay attention to. Obviously we're going to help you guys out on putting these on, but while you're waiting in line, it always helps Nicole and myself to speed up the process. If you guys just pay attention to this part while you're putting them on, you can actually do it correctly. So, first of all, when you identify the very front of your harness by looking at this metal bracket is actually called a D-ring. It's very important, guys. This is what you're going to use to come back after you're done bungee jumping, alright? So people always tend to lose this, but remember it's always at the very front of your harness. So once you recognize the front, you're going to realize there's 3 loops. The large one is for your waist, and the 2 smaller ones are for your legs. All you have to do is put it on like a pair of pants or like a pair of shorts. Actually, use these. What you want to do is you want to hold on to the D-ring or have a buddy help you. You can always hold on to yourself. And what you want to do is make sure the black pads are facing forward. It's a common mistake. Sometimes the black pads are folded back. It does not mean you're any less safe if they're folded backwards. It just means it'll be a little bit less uncomfortable, all right? So, you want to pull back evenly on the straps. And you can see that they're nice and centered, and you can just put on Velcro. Now guys, don't panic if it's dangling. The Velcro's not the thing that's holding you in, right? It's the buckles, right? So go ahead and turn around. And what you want to do next, Nicole and I will help you while you're in line, but while you're waiting in line, you just could always speed up the process. What you want to do next is squat down. Let's squat down just a little bit. What you want to do is make sure, guys especially, you want to make sure you have all your sensitive stuff dangling down the middle, okay? You want to to your team, alright? Pull back evenly. You guys laugh until it hurts, right? So, you want to pull back evenly on the straps. You want to go super tight, guys. Tighter does not always mean it's going to be safer. It's just going to mean it's going to be very uncomfortable while you're bouncing around down there. When you have this excess webbing, what you want to do is fold it behind the buckles. That way it looks nice and neat. And there you go. So she has it nice and tight. The D-ring's up to her belly button. It's nice and comfortable. You okay? Very good. So next we're gonna walk to the next piece. So everyone's gonna be wearing a chest harness today. It goes on just like a jacket. You wanna have the buckles on top and facing forward. Ladies and gentlemen too, if you have long hair, if you want to have it in a ponytail, just please make sure it's...
Are you ready?
Just want to make sure that your ponytail's down. That way you can put the helmet on top of you. On top of your head.
All right.